Raging Rob Kinnison here. August 22nd? August 22nd, Tuesday. 3:35 p.m., something like that. I don't know exactly. Oxnard, California. Anyway, throughout history, people have always said, well, maybe not have always said, but a lot of people are complaining because they say that the earth is overpopulated. There's, a lot of studies and a lot of people saying that a lot of the problems in the world today, whether it be crime, abortion, terrorism, the food problems, the traffic problems, and a lot of just all the wars, and a lot of people can resort to the drug wars and whatever, and a lot of people can resort the problem to the overpopulation of the planet Earth. However, there was a scientific study done by a university. I'm not exactly sure what university it was, and they came to the conclusion that if you take the state of Alaska and the state of Texas, all the land and all the food within those two states alone, there's enough food and land to sustain 25 billion people. You could fit 9 billion people. If you took all the land in Texas, if you take everybody on planet Earth and put them all in the state of Texas, you'd still have lots of open land. Hundreds and thousands of acres open. You could fit 9 billion people in the state of Texas alone. 9 billion people in the state of Texas can live happily, have their own house, have their own big yard. 9 billion people. That's how big the state of Texas is. So 25 billion people between Alaska and Texas. If you take every space on planet, we have enough room and food on planet Earth, and enough resources on planet Earth to sustain 280 billion people. And you're probably thinking I'm nuts. And you're probably thinking that study is bullshit. So you got to ask yourself, then why, when we have 8 billion people on planet Earth, not even 8 billion people on planet Earth, give or take, then why do we have all the food problems, all the traffic problems, all the congested traffic problems, all the crime, all the murder, all this, all that, and all the problems that we have that people say that resorts to overpopulation? It's not an overpopulation problem. It's a priority problem. We got our priorities on planet Earth so fucked up that people can't even stand each other. You look at these major cities like Los Angeles, New York, Moscow, Manila, Philippines, Seoul, South Korea, Chicago, New York, Jersey, Los, Nigeria, Tokyo, Japan. Some of the biggest cities in the world. And what do they all have in common? They all have traffic problems. The traffic congestion in those cities is fucking ridiculous. But we have open lands and farms with no traffic problems. Priorities, once again. Just same thing with the money. 99% of the people on planet Earth are poor or middle. I'm a little bit above middle, but you get what I'm saying. 99% of the people on planet Earth are just making it, or making it, by how do I say this? They're working to satisfy the 1% global elite who pretty much owns all the money in the world, while the rest of us 99% at the bottom are struggling. Now, if we divided the money equally, everybody would be rich. We wouldn't have hunger problems, we wouldn't have traffic problems, we wouldn't have a lot of fucking problems. But why don't we do that? Once again, it's priorities fucked up. Sort of like the food problem. This is a huge problem. I was watching a video by Penn and Teller. Penn and Teller. Now, the guy Penn, I can't remember his name, Jay-Z Penn or whatever the fuck his damn first name was, Jezel Penn or some shit like that, or Jezel, whatever, Jezel Teller or something like that. I mean, anyway, the guy was like 350 pounds. He lost like 100 pounds in a couple of months, and now he's looking good. But here's the thing. You see all these YouTubers on YouTube. They're making video reviews, and like Jerry the food review guy, So Slob 187, So James 187, Wings of Suicidal Depression, Boogie 2988. These fat slobs, they make videos. They're fat, yeah. I mean, they make videos on YouTube, and King Slob is another guy out there. You got people like that pretty much, they're too lazy to go get a job. They make money on YouTube, and they're slobs, and they got a food problem. But then you have little boys in Africa that struggle to get rice, in a bowl of rice in one day, or a bowl of water in one day. It's the priorities. We got enough food on planet Earth to feed 280 billion people. So why do we have these problems? It's a priority problem. That's why when aliens, they come here, they say, fuck this shit, we're going to another planet to invade. Exactly. And I don't blame them. We live in a world where in the United States and Europe, people are just so obese. It's insane, So I come to the resort to this. We have all our priorities fucked up on planet Earth. So, and as in the words of Penn and Teller, if you're sitting there and eating like a glutton and complaining because you got enough food, then you need to shut the fuck up.